Hello and welcome to another episode of Death by Bunjie. In this episode, we're going to show you my first successfully filmed hunt. Okay, emphasis on the word first successfully filmed hunt. This is the first time that I successfully killed an animal on film. Pennsylvania legalized the crossbow back in 2009. It was a year later that I actually bought Bunjie and headed out into the woods during the archery season for the first time. It's safe to say that I've been hooked on it ever since, of course. Now, a couple things I want to share with you in order to put this hunt in context. The first thing is, back then I was using a Sony Handycam video camera. Wonderful little camera. It was a great camera for me to use. I really enjoyed it. It shot some great video. But the big limitation for me as a guy who wants to film his own hunt was that the camera itself, how are you going to mount it? I ended up mounting that camera on the Crossbow scope using a little contraption that I bought. Not really the best setup, but it sure worked. Back when I was making this video, I was primarily doing it to share it with my family, to share it with my friends. I do want to share it with people though. I do want them to see what I've done in the past. It is a very important hunt to me because it was the first time I successfully shot anything on film. So without further ado, please enjoy this episode, the world's first example of Death by Bunjie. 2010, I decided I'm going out for archery season. I actually went out and bought a crossbow, a really nice bow. I spent a lot of time shooting it. I spent a lot of time with the range finder. I spent a lot of time with the targets. I spent a lot of time sighting in that crossbow scope. And overall, I think I did a pretty good job. I was very accurate. I had really good accuracy, and I felt really comfortable with the bow itself. I was pretty optimistic going into the archery season too, because I'd had my trail cameras out all summer long, and we'd had some pretty nice bucks on the trail cameras, a lot of light, nice, healthy deer. So I was pretty excited about it. The days that I did spend out there, I did see some deer, lots of time off in the distance, but never had a shot at shooting anything up close. Plenty of squirrels, I saw some turkeys, but really didn't have anything within shooting range. Well, it's only been about 20 minutes, and this doe comes prancing toward my tree stand off the neighboring property. She's making a lot of noise. She's moving pretty quick. I can hear her off in the distance. And as the deer's getting closer, I realize it's just a young doe. She comes across, and she runs up toward me, right toward my tree stand, right in range, and she's sniffing along, right along where I had walked. And she's right below my tree stand. She's probably 10, 15 yards out. She walks along with her nose down, sniffing and sniffing and sniffing. I know that she could smell the bug spray that I had on. I've sprayed down my boots with scent removing spray. I've washed my clothes in scent removing detergents, and so I don't know what she's smelling, but she could actually tell that I was there, and it must have been the bug spray is what she smelled. So she's following that trail right along, and she's sniffing exactly where I walked, following my exact trail across through the hemlocks, across through the ferns and whatnot, right up to the tree stand. She even walks right in front of my trail camera, which I'd had set up there. She walks up, and when she gets to the bottom of my tree stand, down to the bottom of the ladder, she doesn't see me, doesn't know I'm there, but she hears that trail camera kick off. She bolts. She runs off into the swamp behind me, and never to be seen again. She walks back in there. Well, I'm thinking, boy, this is worth the price of admission. This is perfect, because now I got a deer up close on film. All those other days of not seeing deer up close, we're at least seeing deer up close. This is great. Not 20 seconds later, I've got this buck coming across as well. And I can tell it's a buck. I can see him in the distance, but it looks like a 4-point. In order to be a legal buck, it's got to have 3 points on one antler, and each point has to be at least 1 inch long. I'm thinking, that's fine. Even if I don't take this deer, it's still got a great video. I still got a great story to tell. Well, all of a sudden, he stops right in the sunshine. I think the sun's in his eyes. He can't quite see me. I've got the crosshairs right on him. And all of a sudden, he puts his head down. That's when I saw that brow tine. It's not a 4-point. It's got 3 points on the one antler. It's a legal deer. And as soon as I saw the light hit that antler, bang, I pulled the trigger. or so, but I think he's down. I think he's down, and he went right down. And the way he was running, he's not alive anymore. I think he's expired by now. I really shouldn't go over there yet, but I can't wait. We'll look around here and see if we can see some blood. Right there's where you can see where he kicked up the dirt. After I shot him, he kicked up the dirt right there. My battery's dead on my video camera, but he's right there. There's some blood. It's getting real heavy now. Yeah, there's more blood on the ground. Yep, this is heavy. He went right through here, and there he lays. Got lots of blood on the ground. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Death by Bunjie. Make sure you subscribe for all of my future hunting videos that I post here on this YouTube channel. Also, check out our Facebook page if you haven't done so already. I post a lot of trail camera pictures on there, a lot of videos, stuff like that. Stuff that doesn't make it into this YouTube channel. So until next time, all hail Bunjie. Please enjoy this episode, the world's first example of Death by Bunjie. Boy, am I sweating.